Namaste, my name is Shivani. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sanskrit Mantras. I am a reverend and priestess in Sanskrit Mantra teachings and Vedic ceremonies by Sanatana Dharma Satsang, a religious institution. This is my first video in English. I already have a channel in Spanish, so if you are more comfortable with Spanish, please visit my YouTube channel, Mantras en Sánscrito, which I already started about 6 weeks ago because I thought that there was very little information about Sanskrit mantras in Spanish, and there was a bigger demand for this information in Spanish. But as it turns out, a lot of my friends and acquaintances have asked me to do the same thing in English because they are very sad to know that I have all these teachings in Spanish and they can't understand it. So here I am, by request of many people, doing the same thing in English. Today, in this first video, I'm just gonna talk about the background of Sanskrit mantras. And then in the next video, I will be teaching the first mantra. Just so you know, I have 6 weeks to catch up with my Spanish channel, because the goal is to match up and launch videos twice a week on each channel, the same videos in Spanish and in English. And I still have, I have already uploaded about 14 videos. So I am going to be uploading videos in English every single day until I catch up with the same video in Spanish. I will be uploading them after that every Wednesday and Saturday. So today I'm going to talk about Sanskrit mantras. What are they? Where do they come from? Sanskrit mantras come from the Vedas. The Vedas are the most ancient scriptures known to mankind from ancient India. In this Vedas, the sages or wise men of India could actually see the effect of the sound of Sanskrit mantras in the subtle body. The subtle body is composed by 72,000 paths or nadis. The word nadis means river. So they flow through our energetical body just like rivers. In the intersection of those nadis, we have chakras, which are wheels of energy. There are over 500 chakras in the entire subtle body, but 7 of them are the main chakras along the spines. There are actually more chakras along the spine, but the chakra system popularly known, has 7 chakras. The main nadi is called the Sushumna, and it runs through the spine from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And from the base of the spine, also side by side, we have another 2 main channels called Ida and Pingala, that they rise like a serpent, and where they intersect, the 3 of them, there are 7 points where they intersect, and those are the main 7 chakras. Each chakra has a different quality, a sound, a color, and they're represented by lotus flowers, and they also have a different number of petals, except for the 7th chakra at the crown of the head that has 1,000 petals. All the other petals, if we sum all the other chakras, if we sum the number of petals, they add up to 50. And there are 50 letters to the Sanskrit alphabet. So each one of the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet has a direct correspondence with the petals of the chakras 1 to 6, which are 50. So what happens when we pronounce a word in Sanskrit? It activates our subtle body. Sanskrit is a vibrational language. It's not meaning-based. And the effect of a mantra the actual meaning of a mantra is the effect on the subtle body. That's why mantras are very powerful. They were formulated as specific formulas to have a very specific effect on us, whether it is the removal of obstacles, abundance, love, health, or many more situations that we can heal in our life. So that they are very useful tools to have, spiritual tools to have. The word mantra comes from the Sanskrit manas, which means mind, and tras, which basically means get rid of. So what mantras do is they help us get rid of our thoughts by focusing in the sound. And that's why they are a very powerful form of meditation, because as you will know, the main goal of meditation is to get rid of thoughts, is to liberate the mind, empty the mind of thoughts. And Sanskrit Mantra help us do that, achieve that goal. Although the Sanskrit mantras come from the Hindu tradition, that doesn't mean that for us to be able to chant a mantra, we need to change our religion or our belief system, for they are not binding to that kind of religious situation. They are tools, like I said, to help us throughout our life situations. There are many deities in the Hindu pantheon. But to me personally, the deities are aspects of God. And God is only one. It's like, for instance, in Catholicism and Christianism, there are saints and people are devoted to different saints, but God is only one. There's no doubt about that. So, in my humble opinion, God is only one in any religion. The deities of the Hindu pantheon are nothing but anthropomorphized symbols or principles. Each one of them represent a different principle, and by chanting their mantras, we tap into that energy of that principle. We chant mantras with the aid of a mala. This is a lotus seed mala. Malas are made basically of beads that can be either seeds or wooden beads like sandalwood or rosewood, or gemstones like, for instance, this one is moonstone, this one is actually ruby, and they have normally 108 beads, but there are exceptions to that. For instance, this one, which is a very long mala, it only has 54. Exactly because it's very long. So the malas, the main purpose of the mala is to help us chant, to count the chant, the repetitions. We are supposed to chant a mantra 108 times. The reason being is because of the 72,000 nadis in the subtle body. There are 108 of them are the main ones that ramificate to the others. So when we chant a repetition of a mantra for each one of those 108 channels, they reach the entire subtle body. Also, there are 9 planets to the Vedic astrology tradition, and when we multiply by the 12 zodiac signs, the number is exactly 108. Don't forget that 108 is a multiple of 9, and that 9 is a sacred number. All multiples of 9 add up to 9. And in numerology, the number 9 represents the completion of a cycle. So malas are normally built with 108 beads or 54 beads. And they have a guru bead or meru bead. And the traditional malas have a tassel. But the more modern malas have pendants. I personally make malas. I have a website called Shakti Malas that I will The information is down in the description of this video. And I use the pendants not only because they're more decorative and I wear them all the time, but also because the tassels are not very practical. They disintegrate most of the time, they don't last. And I like to make my malas very durable, although they still break, because the malas, whether they are composed by seeds or gemstone, they accumulate a lot of the energy, especially sparing us of negative energy, and they end up bursting and breaking. But because I knot them one by one by hand, they are a little bit more durable. And also when they break, we can lose 1 or 2 beads at most. If they're not and they break, they run like a river and we never see the beads again. So that I have learned out of experience. And if you're interested in purchasing a mala and getting your own mala, please visit my webpage, shaktimalas.com. So the mala, we place the mala over our middle finger and from the guru or mirror bead. And we start chanting a mantra, and we pass the beads 1 per repetition until the end. When we reach the end of the mala, we either start passing them back in the opposite direction, or if that is very difficult, we simply turn around the mala and start all over again. For instance, this is a 54 bead mala, and when I want to chant a full 108 repetitions of japa mantra, I have to repeat it twice. Or sometimes I like to chant a mantra for more than 1 mala when I am committed to do a discipline like that. Like I said, we place them over the middle finger, and we pass the beads with the thumb, leaving the index finger out, because the index finger represents the ego, and we want the ego out of the equation. So it's a little bit odd at the beginning, but then it becomes second nature, and we always leave the index finger out. We can chant either with the right hand or with the left hand. It is not really important. Whatever feels more comfortable. Along with this YouTube channel, I have a blog which I write about the theme of the day or the theme of the week. And not only that, the blog is a web page where I have different pages with explanations about what are the mantras, where they come from, everything I'm talking about, what are the malas, how to use them with pictures, what are the main deities, what is a sadhana or discipline, and many more things that are very useful if you're interested in this theme. So don't forget to visit my blog. It's called Let's Talk About Mantras. And again, the link is in the description of this video. I also have a Facebook page, which you should like if you are connected to Facebook, because I will share every single video that I upload on that page. So it will be very easy to use. Just click on it when you're browsing your Facebook and watch my video, or even share it in your page to spread the word to your friends and loved ones. What else am I going to say today? Mantras, like I said, are formulas very specifically constructed to obtain a very specific goal. So for instance, we can chant to remove obstacles. We can chant for prosperity. We can chant for health. We can chant for love. We can chant for many things. And we are tapping into all these principles through the deities' mantras. And this is what we're going to be learning. I am going to be uploading a ton of videos with many, many, many mantras for you to learn and hopefully to benefit from the energy. The first mantra that I am going to teach which will be in my next video, is a mantra to Ganesha. Ganesha is the elephant god in this beautiful tapestry, and he is always honored first. And there are many reasons in the scriptures, there are many stories in the scriptures why he's honored first. But the practical reason is because Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. He's the deity that embodies the principle of removing obstacles. So, of course, we have to chant first, remove the obstacles first, open the doors, and then we can chant for other purposes. So, don't forget to check out tomorrow. I will be uploading the Ganesha mantra. And please subscribe to my channel if you really wish to dive into the world of Sanskrit mantras and share it with other people. I appreciate that you have connected yourself to my blog and to my project of Sanskrit Mantras. And I hope you have a very blessed day. Tatastu, so be it.